Now that we have spoken about how the internet works, if you haven't seen that video, please click on I button at the top and go watch that video first. So now here in this episode, I want to talk about how exactly do website work, what exactly does HTML, CSS and JavaScript do. In order to access a web page, we all know that you need a browser, right? And that can be Safari, Chrome, Firefox, whatever your favorite one. These are all the pieces of software that allow you to look up the IP address of your website and be able to receive the data that it can render into this beautiful website that we see. Now the data that you receive from server usually consists of three types of file: HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and it's very likely that you would have come across these types of file or these words before because they are so common and they're so integral to how website work. But what exactly do they do and why they are so many different types of file? Why can't we just have one file that a website? Well, they actually have very different job. The HTML code file is responsible for the structure of your website, and if a website was a house, then the HTML would be the builder who would come in to build a wall or put in a toilet. Basically, they establish the structure of your house. And when you write HTML code, you also build up the structure of your website, and you could use HTML to add an image or button or text box, whatever it is that you need in a website. Now the second type of file are CSS file, and these files are responsible for styling your website. If you are a builder, if you are building a house, then this would be the painter and decorators. They would be going around painting the walls or adding stylish flourishes to your place and generally making the place look the way that you want it to. And that's exactly what CSS code does as well. When you incorporate CSS, it allows you to specify how you want your website to look. So you could say that yes, I have a button that I got from my HTML, but that button I want it to be red and I want the text to be white and I want the font of the text to be an Arial. That is all done using CSS code. Now the final component is the JavaScript code. This is the code that allows your website to actually do things or have behavior. And if you were building a house, you would have the electrician come in who would be able to connect the wires so that your light bulb actually switch on, or somebody who comes in and does the plumbing so that your toilet can actually flush. And the JavaScript code does exactly that. It allows your website to actually do things and have behavior. So if we take the Google website as an example again, once we receive these files from Google server, when our web browser load up the HTML file, we'll get to see the structure of the website. Namely, there's one image which has their logo. There's two button and there's text box where we can enter our search. Now, when we receive the CSS file, then that will modify the appearance of all of those components. We don't have any more button or any more images, but the new look the way that Google wanted to. And finally, when we incorporate the JavaScript, then our website actually start having behavior. It has functionality and it actually able to do something rather than just display some image and text to us. Now with the knowledge that we have already acquired, we can already start messing around with website on the internet.